Now, let's go to cooked versus raw food. Cooked food's just, okay, we take regular food here, and as soon as we cut it off and we eat it, it's raw and it's pretty much alive. It's brand new, it's alive. It's right in here. Bink, it's alive. Now, if I put it in the refrigerator is positive ions, and all that energy, the 60 cycle electricity again, remember if you get your electrical magnetic ballistic magnetometer, which is this little guy right here, you can see that your refrigerator, if you put it inside, you go, whoa doggy, all my food's getting destroyed with electrical magnetics and positive ions because they're not negative ions, which are the ions that are healthy for you. So when we really see that live food is up here, refrigerated, the same food is right here, and once we cook it, whoa, let's go down, like we said, a whole octave. Bink! It has no life force because you cooked it. Most likely, like the broccoli that you steamed, drink the water because that's where all the minerals are, because that's why it's green at the bottom, and if you eat the broccoli, you get a little fiber, but not really anything. Drink the water. Don't throw the water away. I mean, I used to do that all the time. Next one, organic versus non-organic. Same thing. Organic's full of minerals. It's way up here in these tunes. Non-organic, it's not way down here, but it's in these tunes here because it's got arsenic, thallium, let's say stainless steel, a lot of chemicals, fungicides, pesticides. It's, remember, called conventional, so don't be fooled. Conventional foods means anything goes down. Anything really flies, just about. Except for the things like DDT and stuff. But pretty much everything else, remember there's 80,000 chemicals out there. Nobody knows how they really work and how they, when they combine together, and once they get in our bodies, how they combine with other chemicals and other things. Remember the Canadian study that was done several times, any child, any age to any adult, all had 30 plus chemical toxins, carcinogenics, up to over 100. I mean, that's ridiculous. And so you can see on our body, all those chemicals, toxins, plastic, it's all in here. Now, the teeth, like we talked about, get out the fillings, replace them. Love versus hate. Love versus hate. What do you think love is? Hate. Remember Emoto? Emoto Masuru. And he holds water in his hand in a cup, or in his hand, or a glass, and he thinks love, and it turns into a beautiful crystal once he freezes the crystal. Look up his work. And if he thinks with the same water, hate, what do you think happens? The crystal's destroyed. Remember, your body's 18 gallons of salt water. 18 gallons of salt water. You put in fresh water, what do you think happens? It takes its electricity away. So if we think of the piano key as electricity, this is the highest amount of electrical battery you can have, and that's the lowest. When your cells, just so you know, are healthy, it's well known. They're minus 70 millivolts plus. It's up here. When you're not healthy, let's say just for instance you have a prostate problem, but everything else is healthy. Maybe the rest of you is 65 millivolts because you're not young anymore, but your prostate is a problem. And if we checked out its electrical, we'd find out maybe it only has 40 millivolts, minus 40 millivolts in it, and you can see it's sick. It can't regenerate itself. It doesn't have enough battery power. So once your glands plug up, they start being discordant. And so this is the whole idea. We're just here to get as clean as we can. Cleaning up your act really just means deaccumulating. Deaccumulating means that your orchestra, your music, starts to sound like it's actually got some like harmony to it, instead of listening to an orchestra and there's just one guy out of a symphony and he just can't hear good and he can't keep in tune. He destroys all the music. Just one guy. As they say, the one rotten apple destroys the rest of the apple. Do you know that your senses basically are all electricity? And remember, when your battery's way up here and you're getting full power, that means you smell, you taste, you hear, you feel. Your awareness is way different than when you're down here, when you can't taste anything because your tongue is full of chemicals. Every sensor is electrical. You plug your nose, you can't taste anything because those two sensor organs work together. Now, people don't really understand this, but remember, your body's a tune. You can fix yourself. All you have to do to know is go up the tune. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. It's sort of like an idea, like the yellow brick road, like the Wizard of Oz. Now, thought is just as bad. Do you know that stress is way more of a killer than eating bad food? Okay? You're eating organic food and such and this, but you don't exercise, because exercise is regenerative. And if you don't exercise, I really am disappointed in a lot of the so-called gurus. And I'm not a guru, I'm just a student. Just sharing with you some things that, ninth graders go ahead and share what you sort of mastered in 8th and 7th, 7th grade and so forth. So a lot of people that are, really supposed to just be, remember, health is free, guide people. There's no gurus here. There's an idea that we really need to share, and exercise is not being done, because once you get all this garbage in your body and your mind, you don't want to exercise because you don't feel. If you don't feel your heart's not open, you don't feel like doing anything. So you can see the first thing you want to do is get your heart open. And that means you need to clean up your act at the lower levels. Hydrate your body with water. Change your energy by actually, remember, changing the things we're talking about. Thought, stress. If you don't like your work, well, learn to like it, either that or change it. If you're living in the city and you feel you get a headache all the time and you're really not feeling healthy, then maybe it's time for you to move. Now, cancer. What do you think cancer is? It's a low-level vibration. It's a creature load that lives, yeast, mold, and fungus. This is my opinion again. Remember, what's cancer? Could it be a parasite? Could it be just basically a creature that lives in the body because of a certain tune? So instead of fighting this alien, it's a parasite. Read Parasite Rex to see how genius these creatures are. And I've studied a lot in parasites, let me tell you. And you don't try to really fight them. You get smart, because these things are very, very, very high level. And what you're going to do is you're going to transform, and you're going to move up the yellow brick road. So think of this. If you're in this octave here, you're going to go up. One octave. Next one. Oh yes, I started down here. Let me tell you how many times I went to fast foods. I'm sure over the 1,000 mark. Here we go again. And as you get higher up the scale, what do you think happens? Joy, bliss, happiness, health, wealth, and happiness. All the things that you could say that I feel vital, I feel good. Now you're ready to start working on this stuff. Consciousness, awareness. Now we're in another tune. Totally different than the last octave, even though all the tunes are the same. The pitch was different. And every tune we go up, you get a new life. You get a whole change of the way your mind sees reality. Remember, that is the game, is to become more human, is to have a reality full spectrum, try to become all that is. So now if we play the black keys or one of these other songs, we can notice that even if we play quickly, we can still stay in harmonics. How does it do it? As long as it stays in harmonics, doesn't mean you have to be slow. Remember, clarity means you could be what you want to be. And when you don't have clarity, you can't even make a decision because your reality has been skewed. So once you see that, you'll say, I want to change my, conductivity, and I know that I'm going to change my reality as I start to go up this tune. So you'll see, once you start to see the other videos, this really makes sense. And you're just going to take little pieces. Shower to chlorinator, bink. You got rid of this tune. Now you're in this tune. You changed your lipstick, and you looked and saw that, well, the internet says lead and lipstick. So what do you think happens? Lead and lipstick. Get away from the lead and lipstick, get another one. Go away from here to here. Quit drinking bottled water full of junk. Make your own, okay? Go from here to here. Get your mouth cleaned up. Go from here to here. You can see it's very easy to get over here. Now, let's just do this one here. was sort of fast and the piano's out of tune, you can hear I was within the tune. So once you're in the tune, your whole life changes. You don't start attracting. Remember, the secret taught you one thing, the law of attraction, didn't it? It's a metaphysical, but it is real. And your tune, no matter if it's low or high, attracts the tune and frequency that you are. Let's say you're a lower tune. That means that you attract all the creatures inside you, yeast, mold, fungus, all different types of parasites. Why? Because the house says, come on in. Because the body is a certain tune. And so without hurting the creatures, remember, cancer is a certain type of creature that lives in a terrain. Change the terrain. And what does it do? Well, it changes with you or it leaves you. Very simple. Minerals. If you eat foods without any minerals, what do you think? The minerals are your conductivity to the world that we call life. High-level minerals, calcium, potassium, sodium, magnesium, zinc, that are already plant-based. See, minerals that are plant-based, your body really can absorb well in ways. And elemental types of minerals, like a lot of the minerals people have, we have organic minerals that are plant-based. Until your body catches up with its mineral complex, I would always suggest people taking a supplement just for a while, just to catch your body up so it can get back to its more highly leveled, mineralized self. And if your body is dehydrated, well, what happens? It's here because it can't function because it's a water machine. It really doesn't eat food. Try this, for example. Next time you're hungry, I want you to drink, if you can, one of these either glasses of blue-green algae or the red hibiscus flower water, one of the 6 liquids of vitality, just a pH of 9.5 water, any one of these, and you drink 2 glasses, and I guarantee you that you won't be hungry. Okay, you were thirsty. You may get empty a little bit, but you weren't hungry. You were thirsty. And after years and years of perverting our sensors, what do you think happened? We learned different types of sensors that really weren't telling us the truth. When you were hungry, you were thirsty. Toothpaste with fluoride. I would stay away from anything that basically is not what you would call within the mainstream. There's so much stuff on sodium fluoride that's not good for you. Just stay away from it. It's down here. So make sure you get a toothbrush that is not chemicalized either. We have these little caps that you can keep your toothbrush so it doesn't get a ton of mold in there, because your mouth, remember, is where a lot of the poisons get in first thing when you eat, but secondarily there's lots of bacteria that live in your mouth. And if you don't keep this mouth clean, and this is really good, this is a brushing rinse. I even add a little more peppermint to it just because I like it strong, but this has ozone, or actually hydrogen peroxide, and some various other ingredients, food grade, and this really super cleans up the mouth. Now, last but not least, and there's a lot of other things here, I want you to realize that what you watch and what you read is a part of who you become. You start watching all these, look at all these films that are pushing all this killing and plundering and raping. That's not cool. Okay, we're tired of seeing that. And what it does is it perverts your brain. It really does. It perverts the energy. Fear does. Manipulation, doubt, uncertainty is low vibration. Love, joy, bliss, happiness, hydration, getting out in the sun, playing with nature, taking care of animals, not killing things, taking care of things. You can see the difference. Eckhart Tolle, I would totally suggest you read his book. Excellent, excellent, excellent work. The New Earth. The New Earth to me is the mind. The mind can only change the planet. The Earth is really in the predicament it is because of the consciousness that let it get there. We all know who said that, Albert Einstein. So the New Earth is for you to hear a lot of ideas, thoughts, up in this range. It's not just food that's up here either. Remember, it's not just other things, but there's also thoughts. There's music that's up there. There's lots of things that are up here. So you're trying to train your brain and your body to live in this section. But when you play, you've already mastered this section, let me tell you, okay? You've had enough emotion to be able to, write 20 different songs here. Everyone does have a story, as you notice right now. A lot of drama. You're either sick, you lost your job, I don't have my money. Whatever the explanation is, everyone's going through drama. And drama's right here. And once you get drama, you like watching drama on television because energy holographs itself. If you're happy, what do you want to watch? Okay, you want to watch things or do things that make you happy. In fact, if you're happy, you don't even watch TV. TV puts you under a spell. But I would recommend really highly. I've listened to this, each chapter, about 10 times. And what it does is it just gives you an idea, really, to think different and to be able to have a different fractal and aspect of someone who's living in these higher realms, and they were living in these lower, as I. We're all going up the ladder here. There is no judgment at these levels, okay? We're just here to be able to share evolution. Parasites. We've got lots of films on our Earthshift project and drrobertcassar.com channel. Parasites all live in here, remember? They live in the red, orange, and yellow. They live in parasites. Parasites to me, wow, this is what I call sickness. Sickness is also outside. Your pillow could have 50,000 dust mites in it. Wake up in the morning, stuff on your eyes. That's why we clean the skin. That's why we learn how to take care of ourselves, because each one of these, that's actually on the front there, that is a dust mite. Okay, they're spiders. You wake up in the morning, you probably had hundreds of them crawling on you, if not thousands. Supposedly a pillow after about a year has thousands of them in it. If you watch this movie like Sanctum, excellent movie, it'll get your emotions going, your fear going. Remember, these are all tunes. Now, The Hurt Locker, these are just different movies. These all keep you down here. They put fear inside your DNA. Okay? It's not that I'm saying not to watch them. Balance yourself. Let's do some balance here. Little Fockers. Okay? Laugh. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to watch these types of movies, Wedding Crashers, August Rush, you want things that basically, are not just stuck. Don't get stuck. Try to play all the chakras, all the energies, all the octaves. And we're only going, like I said, through a few things. Oh, the universe. Where do you think that is? In low octaves? Because it's not really fun? No, it is, because it's education. It's curiosity. It's to be able to see what you could never see. It's only because they have these telescopes. Remember, 100 years ago, you couldn't see anything more than a couple hundred feet in front of you. Now you can look into the heavens, well, millions of light years. The sun takes about 8 seconds to get its photonic activity from here. But our first star system, okay, this is why it's really, really incredible to see where you live and the huge galaxy that we live in and billions of other galaxies. You can see that this is a game, and the game right now is to evolve. So go to our first star system, the Lyran star system, Alpha Centauri, 4.1 light years to get to the first sun, next sun. That's next to us. It takes 4.1 light years traveling at the speed of light. That's not 55 miles an hour. That's 186,200 miles a second at the speed of light for 4.1 light years just to get to the next sun. So you can see how we are very spacious outside in our bodies. You'll see, are holographically just as spacious when we're clean. And when we're spacious, we can actually play the piano really good. We can, I'm just making the parable playing the piano good, because if you play the piano not good, it's not even if you can play at all. It's just if you could understand that the piano is just a tune, and it has nothing to do with your skill, but if it was really aligned with the amount of toxicity, poison, and the perversion that the body and mind gets, then you can see how it would never play. Okay, it's like having a couple of strings out of tune here. No matter what you play and who plays this, it's not going to sound good. So the mind, remember how clean it is, the player, that's me, let's say, and this piano is the body. If this body is dirty, it means that all the different, the different wires are out of tune. But the person who's playing can play Mozart concerto. They're playing on a crummy piano though, the body. So when you can see if the body doesn't work, and this is the body, then the mind tries to work, but it can't. And if the body really works good, and the mind doesn't work good? Okay, here's a perfectly brand new piano, $10,000 Young Chang baby grand. That means everybody that sits down should be able to rip on this thing and play. But remember, the body is in perfect condition, it's brand new. Problem is that the minds that sit in this position have to be able to have enough evolution to be able to use their senses. Remember, I can't play, and this is how it works. We all have our own features that grow once we get into these higher octaves. You get into this higher octave and your life becomes not fun, it becomes super interesting because things keep flowering. All of a sudden, it's like you're growing again. So if you're tired of really being where you're at, all it is change your tune. And we just went over several of the different tunes here. And also, faith versus truth. Faith, remember, is sort of a weird thing because faith means that you believe. And I'm not saying it's not good to have faith and whatever, but faith is down here. It's not like cell phones. It's just down here. It's in the areas of darkness because you really don't know. Truth, on the other hand, can only be attained by experience. So experiential wisdom, that's up there. Belief, see the difference? And combination, this is the last part before we come to a close. The combinations of everything we talked about, plus of course there's a bunch others, but just think if you mesh all that together, that's who you become. You're all these different tunes, all these different things that are swimming in your body, from parasites to different types of physical things that are stuck inside the body to just really not getting minerals or not getting enough water. You can see you're a complete, faceted, multi-dimensional being. So let's do what we can, really, to realize these truths. Everything is vibrating. And once you understand that everything is vibrating, you will know that it's time for you to change your tune because you know you can. See, once you know you can, that's half the problem. And how do you know you can? Because you can see how others. And again, I don't like to show people, hey, I lost 35 pounds. I did. My whole body has changed. At this level, I am so sustainable in what I eat and drink. I haven't had any food today. I had a little piece of chocolate about an hour and a half ago to give me some good rare up and go, some heirloom chocolate. I don't even really have sugar anymore because it doesn't jive with me. I have it a little bit, but once you get out of these lower level microbe levels, you really don't know you're at those levels, and once you change yourself, you're not missing one thing because now you're more yourself. It's just higher energy. And higher energy is just different fuels. So the fuels that you put in, what we call super fuels and super liquids, all have to do with just as equal as the cell phones, just as equal as the water, just as equal as just being just more conscious. So take whatever you can out of this video and see if you can apply it to your new life. And I want you to send us back your information, because I did this today is because we've had so many emails. Can you explain a little bit more about this connection between the mind and body, and also this connection between what we eat? And can you relate it to tunes like you said, because you talked about the piano in one of your lectures. So this is why we did this. So also listening to music that is very discordant also does make your body and your mind the same way. So it is proven, if you listen to certain types of music, you can see what it does. It changes your brain waves to this tune. It opens up the heart. And if you listen to these types of music, it's the same with breathing this type of air, it's the same as doing this. Your hair is an experiment, so experiment and research well. Trade your ideas, share your secrets, and really investigate. Don't believe everybody. The power is investigate, and you will find out. The more you know, the less you will find out that you really do know. And that means that, well, when we share, we all really grow. I'll see you next time.